programs and relief services. Sandy's going to talk to us on changing culture. So welcome, Sandy. It's lovely to have you here.
Thank you so much. And thank you, James. I'm looking everywhere for you. Thank you for inviting me. So, as you heard, my name is Sandy Reid. I work for COST. And we rolled out the In Contact database 2017. Before then, my boss, John Reid, had lots of meetings with James. How do we do it? What do we put in it? And that. And in 2017, we're going to roll it out, which is really great. But some of our staff have got what we call BBT, born before technology. So it's all very easy. That's really nice thing. But the challenge of how do you implement it, big scale, how do you do it, how do you help the individual, is what I really want to share today. So what I've put together are a few points, lessons we've learned. So I'm going to tell you what you should do. Doesn't mean we did it, and the reason of some of my grey hairs, but to hints on for others, get this done. Just put this in place. Learn from us, So the first thing is ensure you have a project lead just for the database. So Evan was one of our volunteers for many years, and he kept saying, we need a project lead. We need a project lead. The problem is we didn't have the capacity for a project lead. But I'm telling you, get a project lead. The person who's responsible. It doesn't have to be the only thing they're going to do, but it's someone who owns it, someone who makes it moving, someone who checks on it. To me, that is number one for anything. That person believes in it, motivates everyone, trains the people, is just there, and is that one connection with James. Otherwise, James can get inundated with 2,000. So have your one person being your project lead. Hey, Evan, good point, hey?
Absolutely. They need a champion.
The champion, there we go. The other thing, it takes time. And I can say this because my boss is sitting here. So January 2017, we're going to roll it out. We rolled out everything. I'm talking finance. What was our number? 8,864 beneficiaries in there. We did it. And I remember John Ray saying, why is it not done by the end of January? Months later.
Yeah, you can laugh.
You can laugh. And he still doesn't know why. But take it slowly. I love how Hillcrest Aid Centre. Do a department, make sure it's done well. Check your data, check your duplicates, check how it's going, then go on to your next. Yes, it might take you a couple of years, but do it well. I don't regret that we did it that way because we quickly got our data, we quickly learned, but it was hard on our staff at that stage. So that would be one of the things. Accept it's going to take time and let it take time and plan it in your calendar in the year. Okay, we're going to do finances, and then we're going to do this department, and then we're going to do that department. Plan it like that. The big lesson also was consistency. So every month we would have a staff meeting. We added a slot in our staff meeting on something about the database, be it a new way it could be used, have you seen it, presenting the stats, look at these gaps. As soon as other things became, let's not cover the database. That next month it slipped. You notice data just didn't get in as much. Keep your finger on the pulse continually. I'm talking almost every week. Check on your duplicates. Check on this. Check on that. Because very quickly, a couple of months, and you're like, oh my word, that whole site never put in any of their data. And if you don't know that, and they could get busy. So keep your finger on your pulse, and ideally the project lead do that, or your department heads, whoever, but someone has to keep a finger on the pulse. I spent time with Candace on her theory of change and how she did it. What I loved is it started with the theory of change. They got all the other M&E and their M&E, and it ended with the database. Because I think sometimes we do it the other way around. We do the database, and then we go back, and then we've got to add in indicators we forgot about, and we could miss that track. So really know, what do you want to measure? And that's where I love. What is your goal? What is your vision? And how are you going to measure that? And put that in the database, not 2,000 things that you don't need. So be very clear on your M&E process and make sure it ends with your database. So how we did it was working well. It's also a department at a time. Really spending time, do that department, do it well. Like I said, just keep making sure that really, really, really works well. A challenge we had, and Evan, I think, got many of his grey hairs from this too, is we didn't have adequate computers for everyone. We didn't have tablets that worked for everyone. I think they spent hours on little dinosaur computers that we tried. You see, horrible, even James says.
Half we did around.
Yes.
Make it work for me.
And we tried. And data running out.
640K should be enough anyway.
So the whole thing is you're trying to run out an M&E, a database. Think of those other little things. Because it's frustrating for that person on the ground who has that tablet that doesn't want to work, or the computer that doesn't want to work. Make sure you've got those systems in place. That's one of my really tips, especially for people out on the field. They're out there, they're miles away, a couple of hours drive away. You're asking them to put in data. Now they don't know what to do. They're just going to slowly just give up and give up, you know. So the importance of really, really having your good equipment necessary. At the end of last year, we asked our staff generally, how was the year? What were your highlights? What were some of your down things? And it broke my heart. The one said, I found that database so overwhelming. And you know, I wanted to like, how do you prevent it from becoming overwhelming? And that is our biggest lesson. How do we make it? Because it is amazing, that database, don't get me wrong. But how do we, that person on the ground who we're expecting, who's gone from a lovely paper-based, simple system that he knew well, to this electronic system, which maybe he's not as familiar with. So how do we make it not overwhelming? And I think that's really, really important. I put this down not knowing what was going to be spoken about. Was this information tells a story. I love nothing better. I can go in and look at a person and I can see, oh my goodness, I can see where she lives, but I can see, oh, her son is part of the literacy program. Oh, and the husband attended our business training. So that data of that family tells a story. And then I go to statistics, and it tells me another whole story on that family. And that, to me, that is so incredibly powerful on what the database can do. I really wanted to talk about a few things I loved. Because this time last year, when we sat with our one at Glenridge in Durban, I was told I was going to be doing tax certificates. I'd heard they're terrible, they take so much time. Someone stood up, just like I'm standing today, and said, oh, those tax certificates are amazing. It's just with a click of a button. Do you know how that motivated me? I went to Evan and I said, Evan, we are going to do these tax certificates. It took us time because we had not been consistent during the year. We hadn't uploaded our finances during the year. Silly us, but we hadn't done it. But once those were done, it's a click of a button. And you know what comes out? A very, very professional Section 18 certificate. You've got your record, it's got all the details on it. It's actually just done for us, and you've got a simple thing. Yesterday I had to do a tax certificate. It wasn't even a minute. You go in, boom, boom, email, tax certificate on. Such a simple thing. That's why I just think James is the most amazing man, because how did he think to do that so easy? Really, really, really so great. The other thing is we had our 10th anniversary, very similar to an event like this. It wasn't, oh, what's everyone's addresses and who should we send to? All our donors were in our database. I put in the invitation, boom, goes out all our invitations. You know, the best part is that, what do you call it, James, where you can see how many were delivered, how many were read, and how many unsubscribed. And I'm like, oh my word. But you've got all your information, and then you know how many people are coming. So such simple, simple. The other thing we were trying to do is send out thank you letters. Now, I don't know how many of you do thank you letters to your donors. It can be laborious. 1 letter. I wonder how much did they give? I'm not sure if they gave that amount. What's so cool is you upload your finances, and before this, we used to do it individually. James, I don't know what he did. On the computer, set it up that you push this button at the bottom of the screen, and boom, all my thank you letters are done. And literally half an hour uploading and done, and I got a copy of every single one in my inbox, which are now electronically saved, and everyone's happy. I really, really want to say there's difficulties, but the benefits are so amazing. He's telling me to stop, and I've got the most important points. So, my 2 really important points that I wanted to say. We didn't necessarily have the capacity, but that man, Evan, over there, volunteered. Yes, I'm saying we never paid this poor man. But you know what? He came every day. He mentored our staff. He trained our BBTs. He was there. I'm going to help you do this. He checked if there was data wrongly entered. But Sandy, why are there people who live in Toti that from Australia all of a sudden? Picking up all those things. There's ways of doing it when you don't have capacity. Don't abuse Evan, but I don't think we could have done it without Evan when we didn't have the capacity. So I know Jill, his wife, thanks us for keeping him occupied. But Evan, thank you. But I want to do James. This man, I do not know. I'm so glad I met the wife and the kids. Where do you get a service where I can phone him on a Saturday afternoon and say, there's something wrong? And he said, okay, Sandy, I'm going to check it now. And the whole afternoon he's letting me know. Sunday morning, okay, it's all sorted. Most IT guys will say, Monday, I'll sort it out. But he's just there. No, James, we want to change it like as we want. Done. He does it. He always, no, I can't do that. But he'll come back, thinking, So James, you're a man. I told your wife, I feel bad, but we love you. We appreciate what you, gosh, even got emotional. We appreciate because you help us put to our donors so much information that we can't necessarily get. So we really, really do appreciate it. So my last quote on a QR would say, all improvement requires a change, but not all change will result in improvement. And it's saying, I want to change this, and I think that's how it's been done. So working with the database, we're going to do that. No, actually it's not working. And reassessing at each stage how it's done so that you can have an improvement. So, thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me.
Thanks, Sandy. That was awesome. Really great. Okay, so we're going to discuss our last discussion for the day. Would you need to manage change in your organization? So we're going to discuss, is it going to be tricky? Is it going to be easy? If you have to change these kind of things in your organization, what's it going to take? Is it going to be easy, difficult, those kind of challenges? Would your staff readily adapt to new technology? Those are the questions we're posing in this last discussion. Okay.